Hello, people. I'm Roshni. Welcome to Entertainment Express Season 1, presented by Triangle Entertainment's title sponsor, Eye Candy Gifts, Surprise Panningananba, editing partner, Dreamcast, skincare partner, The Dusty Magic. Today in our show, our guest is a very well-known designer, and she is Aarya Nair. Aarya, welcome to Entertainment Express Season 1, and I'm so delighted to welcome you.
Thank you so much, and thanks for having me and considering me.
Actually, it's rather, I think, vice versa.
It's the same.
People know you very well, but I have to tell them a little bit about you. So I have prepared a little bit of introduction about you. So let me tell about you to the audience. Right? All right. So Aarya Nair, she's a very talented and innovative design award winning designer with a professional degree. She kickstarted her career with international brand Levi's as a store manager. So from there, she created an opportunity for herself, and she started working with high-end designer brands, well-known designer brands like Sabyasachi, Gaurav Gupta, Manish Malhotra, Anju Modi, with a multi-designer brand outlet. So her dedication and passion towards designing took her to the international arena, and she worked with a brand called Riverland in Dubai, and in total of 7 to 8 years of experience is what Aarya Nair has as a designer. Aarya's love towards designing saris and making them grew when she met her life partner. So she moved to Melbourne, Australia, and she came back to set her empire here in India. And all I can say, guys, is the rest is absolutely history, as you all know. And today she is the celebrity preferred brand with a huge client base. So again, I'm welcoming you. And so tell me, you wanted to be a designer all along, right? So how and when did you, start your business?
Okay, so yes, I've always wanted, and I don't know from where I got this. Maybe because my mom had it, because when she was young, she had this interest, and she had actually learned this whole technique of making clothes from somebody, back in Kerala. And then when we moved to Chennai, she had actually started a boutique by herself, and it was doing really well. As you all know, as I grew up, she wanted to give up that, and then wanted to full-time be a mom who just takes care of this child, and like a normal ordinary Indian woman. And then from there, I think it's because of that I got that interest. And then eventually I actually wanted to become a designer for sure, but as I told you, like, I had no clue from where I got it. But my parents were quite particular. No, I'm not taking this as my career. They wanted to me to take engineering. Yeah.
So how did you manage that?
I couldn't convince them, that's the truth. Like, I finished my 12th grade and I had to do my electronics and communication,
Wow.
That was like, oh my God, like, you had no idea, because every other parent wanted her child or his child to be like an electronics and communication engineer, because that's what was like setting up your life sort of,
true.
trend. And they don't realize, like, every couple of years the trend changes.
True, yes, of course. But you're saying, like, she started her boutique and had all this interest towards designing clothing and everything, but still they wanted you to pursue a different career. All right. So yes.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah. So while you are designing, why has designing become so special for you? Like, especially handling with handlooms and the saris, that you should have to leave your previous jobs to pursue this, because you worked with very well-known brands and amazing designers. So how did that happen?
No, but I think it's very, very, very clear, because every designer, like every design student, when they are sure about they want to do designing, at the end of the day, at the end of the tunnel, what you see is being a designer. So before that, we all interned with already experienced designers to get to know what it is like to making clothes, because it's always different from what you theoretically learn than what you actually practically do. It's going to be so much different, and I'm sure in every field. So, but once you're a designer, see, it's not like, when you do an engineering course, like you still have this opportunity of, still moving on to a different direction. But when you are into this creativity and arts and, this kind of a field, you always want to stick by it because you are into it, because you have got so much interest and passion towards that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yes. And it's interesting. It's not that, it's a monotonous job that you get bored of it, You look forward every day to wake up and go do that. So, yeah. So while doing that, what happened was I always wanted to work with somebody and get some experience. So when I was doing this course, I had one semester which had retail in that, and that was quite interesting. I thought there's no point becoming a designer without knowing what is this back end or, how to run a business. And then, just being a designer is not enough. You need to have enough knowledge, and I'm not definitely going to get that from the books. So that's when I decided I want to step out and learn what is commercial business is going to be like. So that's why I took up this job, which Levi's offered me from the college itself. Like, I got placed while I was in college, and I took that up, and I worked there for a couple of months. I mean, I completed good one to 1.5 years. And after that, I got this opportunity to work with, as I mentioned you before, this multi-brand outlet in Chennai. That's the only company who sells this all high-end designer products.
Which is in Chennai, right?
So, which is in Chennai, yes. Oh. So it was totally different from what I learned from Levi's. It was completely different. It's handmade, and it's an individual designer that is selling them. It is totally different from a commercial, a brand that's sitting in San Francisco and still working in Chennai. It's so different from that. And then that kind of developed interest in me. So I wanted to dig a little more in retail. So I wanted to check out how international market works. So that's how I ended in Dubai. So I wanted to give it a shot and then try, how are they going to work? So, and then I cracked the interview and I got it. And yeah, that was interesting. And that's when I met my husband. And then I moved to Melbourne, and I had to leave my job though. But I was very sure I'm going to, pick up something eventually in Melbourne. But then it all happened like a dream. And then we moved back to India for personal
a dream
reasons,
come true, right?
It is I wanted to start my own label at one point in life, but I was not sure where, because you all know, for a normal Indian girl who belongs to a conservative family, true. You have to get married, okay? At least right now.
Anything that you wanted to do, shadi ke baat karo, you can do it after marriage anytime, anytime, but after marriage.
Exactly. Yes, and my parents are quite evolved in that ways, but still, marriage was very, very important because that makes them worry. That I'm like, okay, fine. But now I think things have actually changed, and they are slowly changing, where you get an option to be like, okay, I want to do this. Yeah, but back in the days, it was a little bit tough. So I knew, I don't want to just start something for the, sake of it. And then when I'm going to get married to a person who's living somewhere else, I don't want to stop this entire thing, my investment of time and energy and rest of the things. And this take my entire roots, just stop it. And I don't want that whole chaos to happen. So I was very well planned. I knew what I was actually going to do 5 years down the lane.
Amazing.
So
I think that part of perspective, most of the people don't have it. Even successful it's a process is what people think, but you have to think about your future and plan about it. Yes, everything is uncertain, but still you have to have a plan to go on. So
because So if I'm starting a business, it's just not me. So if it's just me, I don't mind starting up something, making some clothes, just shutting it down. But I'm going to have few employees that I'm going to hire, and I'm going to leave them hanging halfway through. That's something that I do not want to do. And that's why I was just keeping, a bit low, and then, exploring a little bit, learning something. And I wanted to know at the end of the day, where am I going to settle down, And see, what if I would have had started something in Chennai? I have to literally move back to Melbourne. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And then everything stops there. And it's not very easy when you move to a Western country like that. It's not a very easy job to start or like a store or something like that. You need time. You need to set up so much things. Yes, it is very difficult. So in that way, I am quite happy with the way I have planned my things so far.
Right. Awesome. All right. So the next question to you is, so you worked with international brands and you worked with amazing designers, and they're all very well known, yes, around the world. But did you sell any merchandise while working with brands? And if you did, what is the connection that replicates to any designer at all? Because does selling any merchandise relate to any designer, or how does it work?
No, I didn't do that. I was really just doing what I've been assigned or given. I didn't want to sell any merchandise. Like, I didn't understand. Like, what do you mean? Like, did I sell in the brand or did I make my own stuff and try selling?
No, did you sell in the brand while you were working with them?
I did. I was literally in the sales floor because when I was at Levi's, like, there are times the boys don't turn up. Like, I'll be the only person on the floor with 1 or 2 people, and there'll be somebody walking in. If 2 or 3 customers walks in at the same time, you're like dead. You can't just say, "Oh, I'm the store manager, I'm not gonna work." You can't do that. You gotta go and say, "Sir, can I help you?" You gotta do that.
Yes.
And you got and especially in India, you got to do that because after they hire you, and if they see that you're not doing that, you're sacked. Okay?
Yes.
So you got to literally go and stand like a bug.
Yeah. So did it happen, while you're working with the high-end multi?
I did. You got to do it because you become that, all-rounder. So that's difficult than Levi's. See, for you as a store manager, you have certain job assigned to you. Okay, you don't really have to go. Even if you don't sell, that's not going to be a deal. But wherein here, you are like a multitasker. You be the person. You become that person who owns that place. Like, you got to take that step responsibility of just, if someone walks in, you have to go there. And if there's no security down there, you got to stand there. It's just like your own store. That's how even they were treating us. Like, if you become that person who takes so much responsibility in taking care of the entire store. So I did sell.
As you say, while you say that, yes, I did sell, what did it replicate on your you as a designer? Because I think I don't know what is the connection between a designer going and selling. Can you please tell me what it has helped you, or has it helped you at all?
Yeah, because if you don't know to sell your product, then how would you do your business? You can make the most amazing product. You can make the most amazing garment. If you can't convince your customer, if you can't make them understand why they're buying that product, I don't think you can do anything about that whole process that you actually tried to do. It doesn't work like that. Everything is connected. You go to a big designer outlet, where you think the designer himself comes down and tells you what is that you're wearing, He's selling, he's literally selling. Let it be like anyone. That's the point. If you don't know to sell it, you are like halfway through. You don't know how to complete the dots. You're just there. There's something missing. Because you're the first person who should know how to sell your product, because you know what's gone into it. Nobody else can do better than you as a designer.
Yeah, amazing. Super. So we have been discussing little serious things. So quickly, can we go for a fun session of rapid fire?
Oh, please, let's do.
Okay. So faster answers. All right. So all of these fun sessions will if you win all these fun sessions, I'll give you a book.
Oh, you are giving me a goodie anyways. Okay.
Yeah. I think I should.
Send me some chocolates. Yeah, I don't want anything else.
You want chocolates? Done. Okay, done.
You're kidding.
All right. Can we move into the session?
Yeah.
Okay. So whom did you sell your first piece to?
Oh my God, that's like one of his cousins, his friend who lives in America. Like, I had sold it for 12 grand, but I still put some 5,000 from my pocket and I had to sell it. Just one saree the entire year.
It went abroad.
Yes, it went abroad, and I had no clue how to even do it. It's one of those blunders that you do in the start.
And now you are the best selling designer.
If that's what you say, thank you.
That's
delighted.
True. All right.
Thank you.
So amazing. So second question, all right.
Yeah.
How do you choose colors for your designs?
I wouldn't take like my innovation and all that. I take from like, you know, when I walk through, like if I see a woman wearing a nice color sari, I register in my head. And of course, like I do the right process of blocking them together, what they taught us in college. But to take the inspiration to put colors together, I draw inspiration from whatever I see, like everyday life. That's how I do it.
All right. Okay. So it requires a lot of memory, which I don't have.
I have so much, huh? My husband falls in trouble all the time.
Oh, I wish I had to.
I
could say that.
So
No.
good memory.
But I think
I wish I don't
think
have
here
that
also it's
good
vice
memory.
versa. So I forget the dates and everything, and he catches me. I'm like, chill.
At least one of them should be.
Yeah, I think so. So all right. So quick. This is like so easy for you. 5 types of skills.
Oh man, like the Kanjivaram, Banarasi, Tasar, Assam, and Chanderi.
Perfect. I think I should have asked you 10 or something. Even then, that would have been easier for you. I know.
Easy, like, you know, these are things that you have to by heart when you're in college, yeah.
Yeah.
That gives you a smile.
Alright, so things, if I walked into your work desk right now, what are the things that I can find on the table?
My phone, that's a must because mine is just online store. So phone and my handbag, which is like a suitcase, which will have laptop, and my pencil pouch is must. These are the things. And a few days I'll have my designing book and tracing sheets. That's it.
Amazing. So 3 types of prints in sari.
See, I don't make prints. I actually weave them. So I don't really make prints, but block printing, screen printing, digital printing, those are the kinds of prints that you can see normally. But Kanjivaram is not made of prints.
Of prints. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
So amazing. So you completed your rapid fire.
Yay, my
Super. Yes. So all right. So you have started Aarya Nair Design Studio 2 years back, and everybody knows that. Roughly how many customers have you made deliveries to, and have you?
I have done so much.
That you don't remember.
Trust me, I don't remember because, you know, I worked so hard to establish this thing. So you don't even remember anything. You like work like a robot because, you know, at least for the next 10 years, I want to do that. So the next 10 years, I can chill.
You can already chill. Do you know that?
No, you think so? Things are so deceptive.
If you say so. Alright, so tell us about daily happenings in Aarya Nair Design Studio.
So I, like, as you all know, like, you know, I work from my father-in-law's store. They are like pioneers in silk business. So I work there. So I have the staff who helps me. So I go there, like, you know, we have this, somebody helps us with the photos and stuff. So I sit down and then, you know, I roughly go through the photographs and see what can be posted and whatnot. And then we look into this deliveries that has been sold the previous day. And then the girls sent out the tracking numbers to the clients. And then I sit down and see the orders. And then I talk to my weavers. And right now, due to lockdown, you can't work. They keep the store open for a very long time. So we kind of work half a day. So I talk to all the weavers and I keep an update on what's going on with each sarees. And then I have appointments. Like right now, I work on appointments through the phone, through WhatsApp call or something, like, you know, a Zoom or whatever. Whoever's coming in for the customers. And we finish that.
Okay.
And that's it, pretty much.
All right, amazing. So you have been really successful now. But what struggles?
Babe, you're making me feel so good. Can I tell you that?
You are really good. Just you have to just close your eyes and accept the fact that you are well established, and no one would say no to Aarya Nair Design Studio. What are you talking?
Thank you. Thank you.
Because I have, you know, just on Instagram, anybody who opens your Instagram, I'm telling you guys, try this. Open your Instagram and tell me in my personal DM that you haven't bought any one of the stuff that Aarya Nair is, you know, selling. I bet everybody. No one can do that.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So, and your daily stories and everything are seen by me. I wish like I had everything. But lockdown,
Oh
I
God.
have
Oh
my own
God.
issues, so that's the thing. Okay.
I know what issue that is.
Yeah.
Okay, some inside secret guys.
Yes, yes. So I can't tell you that, like,
Yes,
in yes.
definitely. I'm not telling it either.
All right. So, what struggles have you faced career-wise?
Oh
Even as a
man.
woman, like, being this successful as a woman, especially in this arena, is really difficult. And what struggles have you faced
See,
career-wise?
that's the only struggle we all have, okay? Being a woman. There
Yeah.
is no much more struggle than being a woman, okay?
Yeah.
But in that case, touch wood, my husband and my father-in-law, obviously your parents are very supportive because, and you all know I live in Kanchipuram, which is like a very, very small town where you can't see women working, you know what I mean? Like, you can't see them coming out of the house, and even if they work, they'll be like a little supporting factor to their husbands, but you can't see they being the boss.
Yeah.
But wherein my father-in-law is totally cool about me being the boss of the store is not a joke. You can call it being lucky, or you can call it like whatever, but I would say like that's probably the blessing that had actually happened to me in this entire process, because at the end of the day, that's his store. That's something that they built from their ancestors, and then that's their family thing. So walking in from a different family and getting this privilege is not a joke for me.
True.
And then my husband, like, who just don't, you wake him up at 12 in the night and say, babe, listen, I gotta go there, like I gotta collect this piece. He's just there without asking a question. So again, you're so lucky.
That's something that doesn't happen to everybody, I would say, that kind of support.
Yes, yes, no matter what. Yeah, and I have to tell you that he had actually quit his job to make this happen for me. So eventually, like, I wanted to go back so that he is quite, because he's lived all his life in Melbourne and he's just doing this only for me to establish this whole thing. So that is the reason we're going back eventually. So for a man to do that is quite,
Yes.
I think so many men these days are like so good, trust me, like it's not
True,
like
true.
before, but still we've got a long way to go. So yeah.
No
So
one
yeah, struggle
would
talking.
say like, you do your job and
Yeah,
I will
yeah,
quit it.
yeah,
And let me
yeah,
see what happens in the future, and let's
happens,
work
and
it
then
out.
let's decide.
No
Yes.
way.
But can you believe I didn't know that he did that? And he's like, one day he's like, okay, we're actually staying back a little more in India because I want you to try it. So I quit my job. And I'm like, excuse me, I want to go back to Melbourne. I don't want to live here in this town. And he's like, no, you got to try it. You're good at it. You got to try it. And I don't want you to regret later for saying, oh, I should have done that. So he is the one who pushes me every day. Like every time I'm down, he's like, babe, like, you've got to do it. Like, you've got this entire thing set up and, you are there. Just push it a little bit, And that's the push that's actually making me push, like, to be honest. And then the struggle, yes, like, this is like the comfort zone that I have inside the house and my, around me. But the struggle was in the starting stages where I work with men who are like 50, 60 years old, who's like as experienced as their age.
Yes.
Imagine a girl who's like 20 years, like, late 20s, walk into and then tell them what to do. They are not going to agree to that. It's just not about being the boss. It's just about being a woman in a very, very conservative town like this. They're not going to listen to you no matter what. Even if you give them $1 million, they'll be like, no, sorry, I'm not going to listen to a woman. That was a big struggle, but coming from a family like this was always supportive because they were ready to at least listen to what I had to say. So then I had to prove myself. So starting from the scratch, like owning this, that's the hardest part, and still is hard. A lot of them are not ready to even, just listen to you. They're like, look at you, and then they're like,
even after all the success, you mean?
No, now the people who turned around and said no wants to work with me. So
that's right? The greatest achievement you've done.
Yes, and that's a little bit of a women ego, because dude, just wait and watch. That was always there in
that's
me. Like, I
that's what you gotta get. Go on.
Yeah, that little guilty pleasure, But you gotta have that. Like, if you don't have those kind of people rejecting you, you don't have any reason to actually work hard towards any of your, those are the drives that, pushes you.
I always say to people, like, don't ignore your haters, because they make your job very easy. They point out every wrong that you do, and it's very easy for you to, work on that, and that's it.
You don't really fall for it. The minute you fall for it, they're like, yes, it worked. You don't give that space to them. You just close your eyes and just do what you got to do. And I think, like, talking about that, I wish I had like at least 1 hour more than what it is now. Like 25 hours a day would be great. Because I don't have time to even think of it. I have things like I have to spend time with my family, like I have gymming, I have yoga, I have work. Right? In between that, if I have time, at least a little more, I could at least watch some series that I really like. That's how I feel. And I'm like, how do even people have so much time to do this?
Awesome. So let's take you back with some photographs, and you have to tell us what's going on in that photograph, right?
Sure.
Yes, what's happening?
There's the photograph. I can't see the photograph. Oh God, what photograph is that? I think there's something stuck. I can see. I can see the side, so I know which photo is this. So this is that I won the most innovative design award. That's the night. That's a graduation night. So you kind of display your final collection as a designer. So it is just like how you make a garment. They kind of mentor you and take you how a designer technically does things, and then your final piece will be showcased like on the ramp, and then they will tell you, and before that you go through a lot of assessment with the top designers coming down, and the teachers from a lot of other colleges or whose experience for ages comes down and kind of bombard you with questions of the creation that you have done. And then keeping all that marks and other stuff in mind, they decide who's won that. So I've got most innovative design award. So that's nice.
I had it in your introduction because people have to know that.
Yes, thank you.
Next picture. So who is she, the pretty bride, and what's happening here?
The pretty bride, the grey sari, right?
Yes.
Grey. Okay, so that's the very first 9-yard sari that I actually created for the first time. So she had actually contacted me, and she said like the one that Brahmins wear. So she wanted to make one for her brother's wedding, and I just took it up. I had no clue what that is, so I just went out to my dealer and sat down and learned what exactly that is and how to be done. And then I made that. She's very beautiful. I love her.
Yes,
she's such a kind woman. She's as beautiful. Like, she is as kind as how she looks. Like, beautiful inside and outside of a girl. I like her. Most of my clients are. I'm so lucky that way. Most of the girls are so cute and sweet.
Yes. All right. So next picture. So someone is
Is that working? Die. Someone's dying.
Yes. I think
he's one of this. The uncle. One uncle. So he is one of this oldest guy who does this work. So once I went there, I was just trying to get the right color done, and I was so happy like how it turned out. And it's kind of it's a usual red for someone who's just looking at it. But there's so much goes into a little bit of shade, and so it's quite intense. So I really liked, and also I really like the fact that it's quite difficult. You see that entire background, like they work in super hot surroundings. It's fire, wood, and then they dip this into it, and then they don't work with the shirts on because it's super hot. They keep sweating 24 hours. So I thought, I actually got that picture to talk about it a little bit, but then it is so busy that I don't really show the backside of my work that I do, but I should start doing it to at least show these people and how much of difficulty they go through in making one sari. I'll be doing that soon.
All right, sure. The next picture. So you are holding an award.
That's my award. Yes, that's my award.
So
but I was
nice.
Yes,
yes, you are. No, you're not fat. You're cute. You're too
that because
cute.
do you see that I'm standing on the side?
Yes.
You see only a part of me, but I was in a bigger portion, whatever size or whatever.
I think so.
Thanks. You make me feel so good all through. Thank you.
You are. So next,
Yes,
is
it's
that
very
you
chubby.
who's sitting and fixing
Yes,
flowers?
that was a
Much of
very unexpected
involvement,
photograph.
Arya.
And
You
do you
did
see
not
the
even
boy's
know that
face?
they are taking a picture. Are you serious?
That's my husband. That's my husband who accompanies me everywhere. So he actually took the picture, and I had no clue he took a picture.
Yeah, that's
And
what
the
you're so
funny part is,
involved. Yes.
I'm so involved because I'm very particular about the shade that I gotta get. And do you see the guy's face? He's so grumpy because he's like, every time I go, he's like, oh man, this woman's here. She's gonna eat my head. And I'm like, really, I can get down there and actually piss them off if I'm not getting these things done. So that's
Because only when you get to that level and ask them that many questions, the client, you will have a satisfied client. So that is the
And
point,
also,
right?
they also should understand the depth and seriousness of what I am working for. They should not have. See, only when you actually show them the 250%, they get that 100% reality of what you're working towards. If you don't show them what and how serious you are, and I think because I am answerable to these girls who actually come to me with so much trust, that's very important for me.
Yes.
So that way, yes, it's okay. He'll be fine.
So I think we've done.
Yeah, we're done with the photos.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was very nice to hear all the stories and what you do on daily basis and everything. So tell me what is your most cherished moment in your career?
I think the most in career, I think every day. Like I think when I started liking this Kanjivaram sarees, and then I would say when I started having my own looms, because having and owning looms here is not easy thing right now. Everything is being faded and people does not want to work for you, and then people who has the looms are the ones who are having it and they're not ready to give it to you, and the ones that we own are all like not there anymore. So I had to start from my scratch. So when I went and asked to my father-in-law, so Dad, I want looms for myself, he said, I'm happy that you want to do it, but I'm not sure how far you can be successful in that, because no one's ready to do that for us. People are all moving out and they want to work for companies and they don't want to be weavers anymore. So he passed on that couple of looms that we had. And he said, okay, you can work with them right now and eventually you can actually buy more. And then when I started buying more, and now I have like good 25 to 30 working for me, is like probably the best feeling ever that I actually have in this entire career.
Amazing. So I just wanted to ask you, what was the transition like from working for someone to being your own boss?
Let me tell you, working for someone is very, very easy. It's very easy and it's fun because you have your weekends, you have your off times, and you have your salary coming into your pocket, and it's quite chill, guys or girls. If you're actually working for somebody and you're still cribbing, please don't. Running a business is much difficult than working for someone. Because you even if you don't do your 100% at the end of the day, your bank balance is good, because they're going to pay you. But your business is not like that. Like, you're getting paid and you're making sure somebody else is getting paid. Yeah. What happened?
No, one small mistake, you're done in your business. If you make something like that.
Me?
No. I'm just saying for business. For business, if you make one small mistake, there's no turning back.
You're done. Yeah, and you still do. That's the best part about it. You still do and you learn from it. And if that's not there, I don't think you're actually going in the right path. You've got to do blunders, because I have done so many, and now I know I should not be doing them. I mean, any process for that matter, you still got to do so many mistakes to understand and learn from that. If you're not doing mistakes, then you have it in the back of your head that you're actually doing it right. And so you're not growing, you're kind of stagnated at one stage.
Yes.
That's important. So yeah, I've done so many.
That's awesome. So we have come to the final fun session. All right, it's called
Yay.
You or Me. Okay, so
Okay.
I'll be giving you two options, and you will be picking what is likable for you, and I'll also be picking. So if we match, then I get all your goodies.
Man, I can't see. What are you going to pick? Like, I can't see. Then how do I do it? Okay, you can see. So you tell me.
I'm just going to tell you two options. I mean, talk about two options. So you have to show me whether it's option 1 or option 2. Just put it in your hand as a 1 or 2.
Great.
Okay? So if we match, I take the goodies.
Great.
Okay. All right. So let's start. Okay. Gymming or yoga?
Gymming.
All right. So first option is what is gymming? I showed it first, so I know it's gymming. All right. So
Okay.
jeans and t-shirts or sari?
Jeans and t-shirt.
See, first option, Aarya, just give up. I think I'm gonna take all your goodies. All right. So.
Oh man. Okay.
Okay. So third question. All right. Still, you have 3 questions, and if I'm wrong, you get the goodies. Okay. So.
Okay.
Golden shades.
Oh, I got to answer it wrong then.
I don't know. I don't know. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to be very honest, and you've got to treat me for being honest. Okay.
Okay. Fine. Okay. Done. That would be a done deal. Okay. So golden shades or silver shades?
Oh man, that's so tough. Okay. I think both. I like both.
Then
I win.
You did. All right. So high heels or sneakers?
Oh, sneakers any day.
Look at me. Look
Did
at
you?
me.
Did you get it?
Yes, I
Man,
did.
you all know me as a person so well, I guess, by now. You all have seen, like, literally, like, I'm just there looking, okay, she is this. And you all know my white shoes, my loose t-shirts, and then my entire look.
All right. So last question, okay? Cotton or polyester?
Cotton, of course. You got it. I know
So,
that.
can I take the hoodie?
No. I'm not giving back goodies.
Okay, fine. So any which way, I can't.
We share, okay?
No, I cannot share the goodies also because
Okay. But tell me, like, after we
finish
finish this, I want to know what is, because I'm like one child. Like, I love surprises. Okay. Okay. Like, whoever is watching, I love surprises.
Yes.
Anyway,
Okay. I'll surely tell you what it is. Alright. What are the goodies?
Yeah. I'm so excited.
We have come to the final part of this interview, right? So the final question to you is, what do you have to say to the newbies who are entering the entertainment industry and designing industry?
Oh, any industry for that matter, like, it's going to be so tough, girls or boys. It's not going to be bed of roses for you. It's going to be tough. People will treat you bad. Like, if you're working in a company, your boss will yell at you. You will feel miserable and terrible. But you've got to be so sure about what you want, and you will definitely be there. But something that I learned from my husband, that piece of advice that he keeps giving me is to not give up. Just keep working. You feel like you're actually not reaching anywhere, for sure. You will all feel that, and I still feel the same, that I've not reached anywhere or any point in life. But it's okay. Like, that whole process, by the time you complete, like, every stage, there's no completion for this. If you're actually trying to achieve something in life, you should keep working on that every day, because there's someone else who wants to be you. So there is always someone who's running behind you to be you. So you got to be very, very sure about. You got to be ahead of somebody else. So that's a run that you got to keep running. But don't just let yourself down. You'll have so much people to do that, pull you down. But you got to just focus on what you want. Like, be busy. Like, just keep doing so much things that you don't have time for anything else. Just focus on your whatever aim or whatever you have in your head. Consistency is the key. Consistency. Just be consistent about whatever you are doing, no matter what. That is what is important. Consistency. That's the only key.
Amazing. Super.
And I'm not a big person to give any advice, but this is something that is from my personal experience that I feel I should tell anybody for that matter.
I don't think it's an advice, but more of sharing your own
Yes,
experience.
experience.
So I had an amazing time with you, Aarya. Thank you so
Likewise.
much.
Oh, thank you.
Take
Awesome.
care. Bye. Everybody, so that was Aarya Nair for you, and I will join you guys in the next episode of Entertainment Express. And this is Roshni signing off. Triangle Entertainment presents Entertainment Express. Title sponsor Eye Candy Gifts. Surprise Panangananda. Editing partner Dreamcast. Skincare partner The Dusty Magic. Believe in nature.